I do believe we're live. Hi, I'm Chanda Sparkles, and this is Twilight Moon Chats. We do this every other Thursday night. For a minute I had to think, what the hell night is it? We are live every other Thursday night, illuminating your consciousness to the flow of the moon cycles and how all of the planets and all of the astrology affects the whole. It's a beautiful Scorpio Supermoon lunar eclipse, a full lunar eclipse happening in the sign of Scorpio at 25 degrees and 17 minutes. 25 degrees and 17 minutes is exactly where this Scorpio lunar eclipse is falling. I find it interesting that number 17 has popped up. If you didn't know, my birthday is 11/17, and all of my life I've seen the combination of 11/17 or 1/17 or 7/11. 1/7. That's been a big sign from my guides to me. So very interesting that this full Scorpio moon lunar eclipse is happening at 25 degrees of Scorpio and 17 minutes. Interesting also that my degree placement is only off by a couple minutes. So it's like the universe is like going, looky, look what we've done for you. This is going to affect us all because even if you're not Scorpio, you have Scorpio in your chart. Everyone does. So we are going to step into the realm of Scorpio tonight, get a better understanding of how this lunar eclipse will affect each of the sun signs as we go through every single astrological sign tonight and look at the chart for the sun sign horoscopes. Astrology to me has been part of my life, all of my life. But I feel as I've grown, evolved, and continuing my education, it is the frequencies of the planets. It is the vibrational tones that come through the energy and how each of the planets speak to us, speak to one another. This is something that has really become very prevalent to me over the last 2 years. And so I love sharing it. I believe in it so strongly. But I believe that we all have that free conscious choice, our free will. And this is like a guide map to how we would set our GPS for our best life. So come on in. Welcome to all on the YouTube replay and here on the lives. Remember, we go live every single week on Tuesday nights for Tuesday night's AstroTarot. Every single Tuesday, we look at the week ahead's astrologies. I tap in intuitively. I am an intuitive. Been this way since I was born. And we look and see how the energies of the week are looking ahead. Dive into some of the months ahead. I'm always just keeping you up to date as to how these things flow. We have been in a bit of a lull the last couple of days on the electromagnetic energies. That's something else that I follow closely because I can feel these shifts and changes as they come in. And we got kicked off yesterday with a nice big X flare, and then it started kicking in again today. So we've had a combination of different types of flares coming from our sun. You have to understand the Earth is moving through the photon belt, okay? And this only happens every 12,000 years. This is how we know that we are going through a up-leveling of our planet. There's a crack in the, let's just say there's a big crack where all of that photonic light is coming through, and it's elevating our frequencies. It's elevating the planet's frequencies. You can feel it in the energy. You can feel this blissful love, light, gorgeous. The colors are so vibrant. Just to look around and see how beautiful our world is shifting. Even though at a 3D level, it may look like chaos. It may look like, tragedy. But there's a beautiful 5D world that's there for us all. And it's not about you moving to another planet. It's about you lifting your frequencies. And how do we do that? Through being pushed, through having challenges. And I'm here to help you navigate those challenges. So I'm so glad and happy that you're all here. Remember, I'm on Facebook and I'm on YouTube. So if you happen to be on Facebook, you want to make sure and go over to the YouTube channel, Chanda Sparkles. Like, share, and subscribe if you will. It helps me get my message out to other people who resonate with it. And also, if you do a little replay, or I'm sorry, a reply on all of the videos, you get your name in the monthly drawing for contest winning. Yes, I do contests every single month. We do a giveaway. It could be crystals, it could be card decks, it could be jewelry. Thanks to the Third Coast Shack of Port Aransas, Texas, and thank you to Rhonda's Fairies. By the way, this lovely neck piece that I'm wearing with these lovely earrings, these are from Rhonda's Fairies on Facebook. Definitely want to go and check her stuff out. So beautiful. I've been saving these for this Scorpio eclipse. They have sat on my dresser for a few months now. So yes, feeling very scorpionic tonight. All right, guys. Hi, Jason. All right. Very cool. Thank you so much for being here. And let's see who else. We've got Jerry Lynn. Hello, Jerry Lynn, my beautiful moderator. Thanks for coming on in, guys. I really appreciate it. Looks like we've got Stacey Martin here. Hi, my beautiful sisters and brothers. Please make sure if you're on Facebook to share it out so that everybody gets in the know as to what we're doing. We're doing something a little different tonight. We are going to pull up the astrological birth charts for each of the zodiac signs, and I'm going to break it down in your face right here on the screen. So let's roll with it. We've got the business out of the way. Oh, by the way, we are going to read the Sabian symbol. Yes. This is a very old book from the 70s, but still very relevant. Each of the degree points. We'll read the degree point for Scorpio, 25 degrees, gives you an overall feeling of the energy intuitive. He was a psychic and he wrote these, and all of us astrologers are like, oh, to these wonderful degree points, because each degree point has its own meaning. So kind of interesting, the 25 degree point. I kind of dig it, actually. And then at the very end, after we've gone through the sun sign horoscopes, we will play we'll do a few oracles. We don't do tarot tonight. We're just going to do some oracles. And we have got the postcards from Spirit tonight. And we're going to play with the Heavenly Bliss Astrology. I love the heavenly bodies of astrology. This is a really great, beautiful deck. So we'll just do a little bit of that at the end. Any channeled, I am a conscious channel, so any channeled information, you can ask your questions in all caps with a question mark at the end. Please remember, I'm broadcasting on 7 platforms. I see all your comments coming in. I'm broadcasting on 7 platforms. So if I miss you, I apologize in advance, but there's a lot of different comments coming from different areas. I see you all loading in there. Thank you for being here. It's so good to see you. So let's get rolling with this, because we have a lot of ground to cover tonight. It is May Madness. I coined May Madness. And madness in the terms of it could be maddening, it could be anger, or it could be just like, whoa, I am mad for this energy. You know, there's a lot of different, like, and I'm not just saying this because the Scorpio eclipse is hitting on my sun sign exactly to the degree, but y'all, there's so much going on with this eclipse. There is so many different, it's like an alignment, and an aspect all this week, and then going into next week. We have it, it's just like boom, 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 boom. It's all really fast and furious energy. And it's really deep, psychic surgery type of energies. So when we're feeling into this, you know, we're going to be presented with things either within the self or with other that we're going to have to shift, pivot, and change. Now, keep in mind, all full moons are transformational. We all know that we have to release something during that period. But this super full moon eclipse is like you would say the power of 100 moons. Okay, and it is very much about letting go of the toxicities. We're releasing anything dark, low vibing, negative, something that you absolutely know the last nail has been put in the coffin on this, and there's no moving forward, you know, without finishing it. Also keep in mind, eclipses don't always fall on the pinpoint day. Like your actual transformation may last up to 6 months. You know, I do expect to see more of these uncoverings and more truths, because that's Scorpio, the detectives of the zodiac. And I do expect very much to see more uprisings of the divine feminine. The divine feminine is roaring in the astrology right now. So we have quite a bit of this energy that if it's affecting you personally, it's going to depend upon where it falls on your exact birth chart. But what we're going to do tonight is we're going to take the sun sign, and then we're going to cover all of the houses, and you'll see exactly how I do that here in just a minute. First of all, I just want to make certain that we read this degree placement before we get going. All right, so the degree placement for 25 degrees of Scorpio, where this lunar full eclipse is happening, is the ability to adjust swiftly to a new situation by tuning in to its requirements. Okay. It's titled American Indians Making Camp After Moving into New Territory. So let's kind of like put ourselves there. Think about that for a moment. He who lives in harmony with nature, moving on as new needs arise, finds himself intuitively at home everywhere. He does not make demands upon life, for he has identified himself with the great rhythms of the biosphere, and he functions at peace with what they produce. This is the message of the American Indian culture, which European invaders so wantonly and meaninglessly destroyed nearly everywhere. Western man has lost faith in life because he wants to dominate and enslave manifestations. This really represents the first stage in sequences of the cycle of which we experience. It brings to us a message we greatly need today. The message of peaceful adaptation, excuse me, it is Mercury retrograde after all, to nature and through this of the efficient functioning in all life situations. You know, that coincides so much with it's crazy how these degree explanations, intuitive points, really, even though they were written in the 70s, happen to be very relevant now. You know, this has to be a way that we can shift this so that it doesn't fall by the wayside this time around. You know, we no longer, as humanity, with Jupiter moving into the warrior, the spiritual warrior of Aries, just recently in the last few days, is going to expand it's a 12-year cycle that we're beginning at the very beginning of the zodiac. Jupiter expands, magnifies everything it's in. And then we have Mars and Neptune also coming right behind, and they'll be entering Mars, of course, this year, Neptune in a few years. But Mars is the planet of war. So I very much feel that there is not only just this structure of war energy, but it's an uprising of the energy of humanity, light workers, those who are fighting with frequency, fighting with energy to ensure that we all have children and children's children that will live in this utopian, beautiful life. And I really feel like it's kicking off with this lunar eclipse and the Taurus solar eclipse that we just had 2 weeks ago at 27 degrees of of Taurus. That was opposite my rising sign. So that was kind of interesting. But let's go ahead. Now that we have that, any questions? Oh, very good. Oh, yes. Beautiful. Wonderful. Hi, Shauna. There's Shauna. Yes, Kristen. Yes, it is very raw. Hi, everybody. So glad that you're here. Thank you. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to look over just a few of my notes real quick to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Yes, Mercury has gone retrograde. It'll be retrograde until June 3rd when it stations to go direct. Slow down. It's in square to Saturn for this first week. So you really want to kind of it may offer us an opportunity to look at our words, our thoughts, how we're communicating. How is your immediate environment? You know, that's what you really want to look at throughout this period. I'm not seeing a huge fear. I never see that with Mercury retrogrades. But remember, no new projects. But if it's something that you've been thinking on or you've really wanted to do for a long time, it's not I wouldn't, if you've never skydived, I would not go skydiving. Wait until June, but right now, just keep doing you, following your guidance. It's a very intuitive time, and you will find that out when we get into the sun sign horoscopes. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything because I write notes throughout the week. Yes, what has expired in your life? What is, think about some curdled milk. They're showing me I don't even like milk, period, but think about curdled milk setting up in your fridge. It's got to go. Anything toxic, disgusting, and dark, sexually even. Scorpio rules sex, conception, all of that. It's got to go. If you're in a toxic relationship, it's time to go. You will have, even though that may be difficult because maybe it was beautiful when you began that relationship, but you will have more empowerment to do so now. because Scorpio's lunar eclipse says so. Um, if you have karma, past life, attached, this is all about your like attachments to your ancestors. If you have karma with money, finances, other people's money, that's Scorpio rules other people's money. Taurus, the opposite, rules what I have now. What am I creating now? And that's where the sun's at. So really, anything that you know, I mean, if there's bills that's got to be paid, that you know they're going to come creeping up and, you know, sneak on up and take your car, you know, that kind of stuff is what we're looking at. You know, anything like somebody's, you know, you owe money to people, they're going to come knocking because it's Mercury retrograde underneath a Scorpio lunar eclipse. So just expect that. It's coming. There are things we must transform where we can intuit the parts of our unconscious. Scorpio is the unconscious. This is the 8th house. It's the darkness. It's the void. It is whenever we step into the lands, you know, like the Lord of the underworld is Pluto, which rules Scorpio. So it's anywhere Pluto is. You always want to look at Pluto too. Pluto is in Capricorn and it's gone retrograde. So anytime you're dealing with a moon of any sort, but for certain with an eclipse, you look to see where Pluto's at. Pluto is sextiling this moon, flowing that, okay, you know, this is the end of the road. Pluto says this is the end of the road. Pluto brings up the shadow that must be cleansed, that must be flushed. It's got to go. The pressure is on. Where do you have to course correct? Because you will have to. If you don't do it now, you'll have to anyway. Because the sun in Taurus is conjunct with Uranus, the rule breaker, the revolutionary, the one that says this is the future and this is how it has to be, and brings in shocking, sometimes disturbing upsets in our lives in order to build anew. You built this on a faulty foundation. For fuck's sake, let's knock it down. You know? So that won't, I mean, Uranus wins there. So flush it now, detox it now, cleanse it now, be done with it now. Don't hesitate. If you know in your intuitive gut that this shit is toxic, it's got to go. You know, there can be so much healing that happens from emotional breakdowns right now. We're talking about deep-seated, long-needed emotional breakdowns in order to break through. And you can do this. And I feel you. I feel you. I'm right there with you. I do. You know, right now there could be a lot of hysteria, a lot of manicness, a lot of, you know, in order to get through the hysteria throughout this period, we must be clever, like the Scorpio. You ain't ever gonna see a Scorpio coming straight at you. Oh, no, no. You'll never know until you know. I mean, that's how that Scorpio archetype operates. And we're going to be dealing, and we're talking about the south node of the moon. The karmic node is at 22 degrees, and this eclipse is at 25. It's exact conjunct. You know, it's right there. So the universe is like screaming for us to emotionally, possibly hysterically, through the hysteria, flush it, break it down so that you can break through This is a period that we are really looking at the deep dark. You know, the elites. Those elites. The deep dark is just going to keep coming out. This is what Scorpio does. You know, and you can't get anything past this if you think that you're going to be, you know, dishonest, or maybe you're not coming forth about something. That energy will weave its way to the surface. It always does, especially with Scorpio. Let's see. Yeah, you might see like a lot of the best way out of that hysteria mode part, though, is it's going to be like challenging compromises. And you may even have to make that within your own self, within your highest guidance. But there's a manic charge to this energy. There's a dynamic, electric. I have been feeling so much electricity through my body. Like literally, and I'm not just talking about like my hair being all electric. I'm talking like I'm feeling it in every cell of my body. I'm feeling electric. The pulses, the rhythms. That's where Uranus is conjunct to the North Node in Taurus, where the sun is at, opposite of Scorpio. Uranus is our pulse. It's the frequency. It's how you keep the rhythm of your body. It's how you manifest through the rhythms. It's how you intuit shit. And it's there. It's right across the sky from Scorpio, you know, saying, I'm right here. We are becoming galactic citizens. We're becoming crystalline light. Every single moment of the day, we are moving into this higher level of consciousness. Right now, it's all about the unconscious with Scorpio. These are steps that we're taking that are truly happening right now. We will see chaotic turbulence in the 3D. Stay in love. Stay in trust to your process. Try, unless you are someone that can, I say this all the time, I'm going to say it again. Unless you are someone who can straight up personally, directly affect the chaotic situations happening in the world, don't give it much of your attention. It's not wise to do, because when you're talking about a South Node, Karmic Node, the ass of the dragon, with Scorpio, Supermoon Eclipse energy, stuff can go down the fear path really fast. You can get yourself lost up into all of that really easily if you're giving it much of your attention. So stay in your light. As we elevate the world, as does the chaos, there'll be much disclosure, truce. That's what's going to be happening all year long. And it's kicking off now. Well, it really kind of already did kick off a little bit, but it's really getting in gear because we have more. We have another eclipse in Scorpio coming up in October. And we will have Saturn and Uranus in an exact square in October. We had 3 of those exact squares all throughout last year. And that was much of the upheaval and the chaos and the, you know, the future against the past. It's the revolutionary against the, I want to keep it, you know, father time. I've got to keep it just like this always, you know. How everything has been in history it has to change. Things are shifting. Timelines are shifting. There's just no way around it. So, looks like we've got quite a few people up in the house. I'm going to go ahead and remove this for now. I want to say thank you to the moderators. Thank you to the Facebook groups. And thank you to everybody on BitChute and on YouTube for popping on in and joining us every 2 weeks here for the Twilight Moon Chats. We always talk about the astrology here and do a couple oracles at the end. It's not a tarot night. That's Tuesday night. So, okay, I'm starting to, that's another thing. Where's my damn Kleenexes? Where'd they go? If you see me itching or if I go to my nose, it's because when I start to channel, my eyes water, my nose runs, and I start getting tingles. Sometimes I get poked. And I have to do this as I go, or y'all gonna be watching snot going down my nose. I don't like that at all. Okay, yes. Oh, Kristen, sending you love. Yeah, everybody send her love if you just had a breakdown. I had a breakdown a little bit this morning. It's challenging, that's for sure. There's Rondalyn. Hi, sweetheart. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for being here. And there's Erin. Hi. How you doing? There's the beautiful Renee. Thank you for moderating, Renee. I hope you're feeling well. Okay, if I've missed you, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, I see you, Brandy. Hi, Brandy. Yes. Thank you. This is my scorpionic look. Oh, nice. Sorbet. Delicious. Scorpios aren't always mad, Jason. Do I look like I'm always mad? No. I'm a Scorpio sun and Scorpio rising, but I have an Aries moon. But I also have a lot of Libra energy and I have a lot of Sagittarius energy. So I'm kind of like, I can be one way or the other, you know. It just depends. You can't always put each zodiac sign in a box because your entire birth chart is who you are. Not just a sun sign, not just a rising sign. You know, your rising sign can be different and often is. I'm one of those oddballs. I have the exact same. Completely opposite. I have one client, her rising sign is Scorpio, but her sun sign is Taurus. Could you imagine? Total polarity, you know? So, you know, you have to realize that, you know, your moon sign is how you you deal with your emotions. So everything, your Mercury is how you think, how you communicate, how you talk. My Mercury is in Sagittarius in my second house of how I earn my living, how I talk for a living. I was a radio morning show DJ for many, many years. So this is kind of like, you know, it's written there, and I'm a teacher, you know, the Sagittarians are teachers. And so, of course, it's going to come out like that. So, all right, enough about me. Hi, Jody. Welcome. I see you there on BitChute. I am in Corpus Christi, Texas on Padre Island. That's where I'm located. If you ever are in my area, you need to get on the waiting list. But I will tell you right now, I'm not taking on any new clients for a little while because I've got a lot that I'm trying to get to. So, but eventually I will. So it's a good idea to go ahead and messenger me or catch me at my email, which all of that information is written below in the comments. Okay, let's get started, shall we? All right. And I mean, y'all are gonna have to kind of like, I'm learning. Oh no, wait a minute. I was gonna do it this other way. I learned something new today. Look at this. I got this eCam software and I'm learning how to do it. I'm learning. I'm dedicating. I take classes and I deal with clients and I'm dealing with my own drama with my own stuff and my son and stuff. And, but I'm learning how to do this. Hold on. Let me go back because I got to start from the beginning or I'll fuck it up. All right. So I want to go like this. And then I want to go like that. No, wrong one. Okay, hold on. Let's go like this. And then we're going to go like that. Look at that. I'm so proud of myself. I kind of wish that freaking thing wasn't so big. I want to make it smaller. Let's see if I can make it smaller. Maybe I'll put it... Well, no, because y'all don't need to know all of those right there. So that's fine. That's fine. And I'm still learning how to make this bigger, but hey, it's a work in progress. Look, I'm in a little circle. Okay, so like, let me out. There's so much I'm learning from this software. It's fun. Okay, so what we're looking at here is, and I can't see myself, so I hope I'm in the camera right. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, what we're looking at here is Scorpio lunar eclipse happening May 15th or 16th, depending upon your time zone, all right? But here where I'm at in Corpus Christi, Texas, Central Time, it's happening at 11:14. And okay, so people who are wanting to go out and view the eclipse in the United States, it will begin around 9:30, okay? And then around 11:15, that's 11:14 and 8 seconds, that's the exact apex time when it's in exact alignment, all right? So from that time on 90 seconds, it will be like, so it'll begin at 9:30 and it'll be like together at that time. And then it'll go. So for you viewers, get on out there, get you a piece of paper, write down whatever it is that's toxic in your life, and for shit's sake, please, please burn it. If you've never done ceremony before, this is the time. Just take you a bowl if you're in your backyard and use it, burn it. You know, wherever you're at, write down, and it doesn't have to be a book, although if you're a writer, you may want to write a whole bunch of stuff. But really, truly, take pen to paper. It does not count if you do this digitally. You have to take the manifestation of writing and then do it, okay? All right, so let's look at this a little closer. And I will learn how to fill the whole screen, but for right now, this is how we're doing it because I couldn't figure out how to make the whole thing fill yet, but I will. I know it can be done. All right, so what we're looking at here, move that up. There we go. Okay. Right here in Scorpio, we have the moon at 25 degrees and the south node, K2, the ass of the dragon. Okay. In Vedic astrology, it's the ass of the dragon and the head of the dragon. Okay. Just so you know, if you don't understand what the South and North Node is, that is where the collective consciousness is releasing, learning from, letting go, having to transmute, having to transform energy for a 15-month cycle. Actually, it's about 17 and a half. And then the North Node is where the collective consciousness is moving towards learning to cultivate, beginning to make better. Okay, same thing in your personal birth chart. I can look at your birth chart and I can say, okay, this is where you were in a past life. This is where you're most comfortable. I understand you like to do this, but you have to go this way. And this is what you have to do for your soul, because this is soul evolutionary astrology that I do. So this is where your soul has to go in order to evolve. Now, when you're looking at the grand scale of the collective, like we are right here, this is currently until the middle of next year when it shifts over to Aries, North Node, South Node, Libra. But for right now, we're looking at this money axis. Taurus and Scorpio, it's all about our money. Okay? So, this eclipse is going to be, of course, over here. If you look, you see the South Node in Taurus with the sun. So we have the sun right here at 25 degrees. And then we have the South Node right here at 22 degrees. That's how you know. We look at the nodes as astrologers. We look at the nodes to tell us when and where we're going to have eclipses. All right, but we follow the nodes as they go throughout the chart. Okay, so next, the biggie. If you see this, no, stop that. Okay, stop it. Okay. If you see right here, we have Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn in Aquarius is at home. He is the ancient ruler of Capricorn, modern day ruler of Aquarius. So he's very strong. Anytime a planet is at home, it's very strong. Okay, and the moon, by the way, in Scorpio is debilitated, which means it's not that strong. It means this Saturn, Big Daddy, what we have to pay attention to is this Saturn in square right here to this eclipse and to the sun and the nodes. Okay, so it's a big old T-square. That's what makes a T-square. See right there? See that big triangle? That's a T-square. It's Saturn. Okay, Saturn is historical. What we've always done. The old guard. Tried and true. He manages the time. Okay, he manages how we manage our time. He manages like timelines. Okay, he's the timeline master. But he also is someone who handles the frequency of how we manage our lives on a world stage. And him being in Aquarius. And this, by the way, is the last stage of Saturn in Aquarius, okay? Because he's gone as far as he's going to go. So see right here, he's at 24 degrees. You see that 24 right there? He's at 24 degrees. He's now slowing, okay? So like I look over here, and it has all of my planets all through here, right? Right here, it tells you, you know, like the moon is going really fast right now. The sun is slowing because the sun is going to be a little debilitated. Okay, because we're about to have an eclipse of the sun. Most of the time you don't see that, but during this time period you do. And then I wanted to show you all these. Look at all these going fast. This is Venus, Mars, Jupiter, all going fast. And then you have Saturn going slow. When planets start to slow, they increase the energy characteristics within like if you're born with certain planets slow, it starts to just like vibrates. It just vibrates and vibrates and vibrates, okay? Also, while I'm here, we have Uranus, Neptune, also fast, okay? They're flying. Most all these planets that affect us are flying right now if they're not retrograde. And then we have, of course, Pluto, which is retrograde. It shows it right here. And Chiron, flying fast. Chiron, the wounded healer in Aries, flying fast, okay? And then we have Black Moon Lilith. The thing is about Black Moon Lilith is she's an energy, but she goes retro and then she comes right back up. She kind of wobbles back and forth. She has a very different ecliptical energy than most. So sometimes she's retro, sometimes she's not. It's a different kind of thing. Anyway, I just want to show you that so you have an idea of what we're looking at, okay? Saturn, speaking to this eclipse, is really strong-arming anything that is not functioning, not on the up level, not anything that is just, like I said, toxic in your life. It's time for it to go. It's got to go. It's finito. Now, on top of this, let's go ahead and look at, yes. So, right here, you will see there is Neptune and Mars. Okay? Neptune and Mars are conjunct during this. They're only off by a degree. Mars is a ruler of Aries. It's waiting to come to its home. See, it only has one more to get home, okay? Anytime you have a planet that's debilitated, it lessens its strong arm because it's like been on a long journey. It's gone through all these different houses. It's visited all this stuff. Mars is dying, like chomping at the bit to pull his sword and fight. He can't wait to be in Aries at his home. And that energy will be very prevalent. So when he comes and he's like, oh my goodness, that made a perfect square. How did I do that? Ooh, I just learned something. Whenever these two are conjunct, Neptune is higher consciousness. It's higher ascended masters. It's where we go when we die. I always say that Pisces energy is very much like the embodiment of spirit. Okay, it's astral travels. It's heading on to another dimension. It's very much, it's a water sign. It's very much a mutable sign. So it could go either way, you know. And when it comes together with Mars, and if you'll see right here, it's in a trine. Trines, squares are challenges. Trines flow the energy in easily. All right. So when Mars is debilitated, but Neptune is strong, because Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, Neptune wins. So within our ego self, it has to all fall away. It all has to go, because this energy right here is saying it all has to go up here. It all has to go. And then what's the answer? Taurus. Taurus is conjunct to Uranus with the South Node. See, this is a far orb, but it's not that far. It's still there. Uranus is saying, hey, I'm here. And we got Mercury right here coming back. Coming back because it went into Gemini, went Mercury, and now it's going to come back into Taurus. It has to relook. After all this Scorpio, Taurus energy of this eclipse is kind of settling in, Mercury's going to step back in and go, okay, hold on, but did you really let go of that shit? Did you really understand that that was toxic? Are you still holding on to that stuff within yourself? It may just be something so unconscious, and the reason why is because of this energy right here. It may be something that just comes up that you don't even understand, and then it starts to just like reveal itself in time. Other thing I want to talk about, and I'm going to go ahead because I get crazy with these charts, so I'm going to go ahead and clear this up for a minute. Hold on. Let me clear it up. Let me clear it up. Let me clear it up. Clear it up. Clear it up. Clear it up. All right. That's a little bit better. Okay. So let me go ahead and talk to you a little bit about this too. So we have Aries. This is Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, ruled by Mars. Aries is the spiritual warrior. Aries is the warrior. Cardinal fire energy. Cardinal fire. Bringing in the freaking crystalline fire. Brand new spark. Brand new passions. Creativities. Projects. Got to be on the move. Got to be going. Got to be doing. All right. So we have Jupiter here. Planet is ruled by Sagittarius, but it's actually pretty happy there in Aries. Okay, it's in its dignity. It's not, because it is naturally fueling all of the fire signs, and where Jupiter is traditionally at home over here in Sagittarius, one step off, one house over from Scorpio. So when I look at this, I say, okay, this is the 0.00 degree point. 29 and 0 are the strongest, most intense. That is the world ecliptical point, okay? So if you have anything in cardinal signs or mutable signs at 29 to 0 degrees, maybe even take it to 28 mutable, and then 2, 1 and 2, you're getting really activated. And you're supposed to be someone who's out in the world anyway. You're somebody that's like, that's the world ecliptical. That is the beginning. That 0.0 degrees. Why does it keep doing that? Is whenever we're supposed to start and initiate, like spring. You know, that's the actual point of when the brand new year starts, the astrological new year. It's truly where we should be at every year with our regular calendar. The calendar that we have and that the whole world goes by is completely amuck because it doesn't make any sense at all. The beginning of the year should be in spring when everything rebirths and blooms. Shouldn't be in the middle of the dead ass of winter. It doesn't make any sense. I think that's something else that they do to mess with us. I digress. Anyway, I think that what else we're going to look at? Oh, yes. We want to look here at Chiron and Venus, which is also in Aries. You'll see. Okay, so this shows you, this is Aries energy. This is Pisces energy. So you have a stellium with Jupiter, Chiron, and Venus. Chiron and Venus being conjunct at this time, this is like taking the wounded child and wrapping it up in a love bundle. It's a baby in a basket on your doorstep. Okay? It's someone who's been left out, left behind, unwanted, unloved, and all of a sudden it's given and put at your doorstep of the couple that's been trying to have a child for 5 years and had zero luck. It's that kind of an energy. So what I'm trying to get at is this is all the goodness right here. All this right here is the goodness. There's so much goodness that can come from the release of Scorpio and the building, creating tangible stuff that you can touch, taste, feel, smell, get all into in Taurus. Taurus is going to cultivate and build. We're talking about agriculture. We're talking about your farmlands, foods, how all of that stuff, it's all got to change. It's all got to shift for the better. There's no way around it. And it's going to be beautiful once it does, but it's going to be chaotic as fuck as we get there. Isn't that fun? All right. So one last thing I do want to point out here. We have Pluto, the ruler of a Scorpio. Okay. I've hit on this already, but Pluto is retrograde. Okay. And Pluto is also in a trine. This is a trine and a sextile. So it's trining harmonious flow, good, positive, right on, good energy into, giving the green light to all of the energy of Taurus, the builder, okay? The creator. The I have. This is what I have. That's Taurus. I have this Apple pen. I have it. Yes, I do. It's harmoniously flowing, saying, the energy is good, but it's sextiling Scorpio. And sextiles are a positive aspect in astrology, but it requires that you take action or you get nada. Okay, so you have to take action when it comes to a sextile. Sextiles can be really great and they're really beneficial, but it sometimes pushes you and requires you to move, requires you to do something. You can't just get it like an easy, harmonious flow kind of energy with a trine. Trines are a triangle. It's easier. The sextile is not so much, but it can be really beneficial and rewarding. It's not a square. Squares are just straight up challenges and they're tough. And that's why I was speaking to Saturn right here in square to Taurus and Scorpio with this eclipse. All right, so I think that's all we're going to do with that for now. Unless there's anything else I'm missing. Oh, yes, Black Moon Lilith. We're going to talk to Black Moon Lilith here for a minute. Black Moon Lilith is in Gemini. It's not going all the way back, okay, over here to Taurus. It's in Gemini, but it's just kind of floating back. it's interesting because Black Moon Lilith is a big bad bitch that you just don't want to meet. But she is the fighter, the defender of the light, of the truth. But she may do it in ugly ways. She kills demons. You got demons? Pull in Black Moon Lilith energy. That stuff goes. She's Kali. She's Kali energy. If you know who Kali is, if you don't, look it up. I have it on my page, Chanda Sparkle AstroTarot. I have a whole write-up on her. That right there tells me she's gone retrograde because she's allowing the light of this. Oh, look what I did right there. That's different. What in the world? Okay, stop it. Learning all kinds of new things tonight. She's allowing this Taurus energy to be able to shine as much as it can, even though the sun is going to be eclipsed whenever we do our great release, the great flush of all that is dark, nasty, dirty, scum of the earth, peoples. Yes, I said it, peoples. I see and have heard already multiple people leaving jobs they weren't happy with, multiple people breaking up, there's a lot of that release stuff going on. And as it should, because it's written very clearly. All right, so there we go. We'll save that to file. All right, save. Whew. Lordy. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I want to double check and look to see if we have any questions. Glad you guys are here. Hey Annie, thanks for being here. Famous Blackish, welcome. Yes, I see you guys. I acknowledge you. So cool. So cool that you popped on in and learned some astrology. It's awesome. Don't forget we go live on every Tuesday night and then every Thursday before the full and new moon. All right, here we go. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the next thing. Look what we're going to do. All right. So, I'm going to do this. Oh, bring it back up here. And we're going to go here. Oh, no, I had to do it like this. Sorry, y'all. I'm still learning. Boom. All right. So, that's that. Now, is the chart clear? Somebody said something about that you can't see the chart. You really don't need to see the chart because this is where we're going to go over each of your sun signs. These are sun sign horoscopes, okay? So we're going to take it through the houses and tell you about how and where, what possibilities each house in itself represents. Well, it's just like everybody has different houses, right? If I go to my mom's house, it's much different than being at my own house, okay? So, and when these planets go about the chart, going through these different houses, they react and interact differently in different houses. So we're going to talk about this eclipse and where it's falling in your chart, what it is significantly that you should be working on releasing, all right? And then we'll look at the opposite, Taurus, and see where it is that you should be cultivating. So we're looking at what we're releasing and what we're cultivating, keeping in mind everything I just spoke to. If you're just signing in, I see you there. If you're just signing in, remember, go back to the beginning because there's quite a bit of information there for each of you. So while I take a little more, another hit of this and a drink, why don't you all list what your sun sign is in the chat? I'd like to see who I'm speaking to. Go ahead and tell me who you are. Are you Taurus? Are you Scorpio? I'm Scorpio sun. What's your sun sign? Oh, goodness. Gotta get some nicotine. I channel better. They just said, no, you don't. It just makes me a little calm, more at ease. Okay, I smoked for many years and now I've been vaping for 7, so leave me be. All right, so we've got, Erin says she is Taurus strong. We've got Scorpio Sun with Maria Moon. And then we have another Taurus in the house, Donna Lewis. Nice. Okay. Earth sign and a cusper. Whoa. You know, I would say, Erin, that 60 to 70% of my, and this has been interesting, 60 to 70% of my clients over the years are cuspers. Cuspers tend to have a challenge because they're really pulling on 2 different archetypes. So that's very interesting. And Adrian is Gemini. Thank you, beautiful Gemini. I bet you're feeling your power with Black Moon Lilith in your sign. And Jerry Lynn is Aquarius. Very nice. And she knows all 3. She's Aquarius, a Gemini, and Cancer. Or I'm sorry, that's Pisces. I'm kind of having a look around my tablet here. Rhonda Lynn is Aries. Oh, girlfriend, lucky you. You've got Jupiter and Venus spreading all kinds of beautiful goodness. I bet you've felt a nice jolt of energy coming. And if you haven't, it will come depending upon where your degree placement of your sun is. So that's pretty cool. Very good, Erin. Okay, thanks for sharing all those, guys. Aqua corn sounds delicious. I'm sorry, can't help it. Okay, let's get moving here. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with Aries because that's the beginning of the zodiac and it's just easier for me like that. I want to make sure y'all can see it good. Yes, you can. Very good. All right, Aries. Because you are the only true, because you're the first, you're going to be getting this. Moon is happening in your 8th house. Uh-oh, let me try that again. Hold on. Okay. This moon is happening at your 8th house. See right here, the number 8. This is all about these Scorpio energies that I was speaking to. This is death, sex, other people's money, your taxes, wealth, the elites. This is something that you're needing to look into. You may be receiving an inheritance on down the road. You know, these kind of things is all Scorpio energy. And we're looking over here at Taurus with the sun and the south node. So these nodes and the sun and moon are all together, just so you're clear. These are karmic nodes. So this is happening in your 2nd house. Your 2nd house is the answer, okay? So when you release something dealing with like the death, the transformation, sex, other people's money, when you release in that area, when you have totally transformed and transmuted and become the phoenix fire rising from the ashes, your answer will be to, okay, now I have this. Now I've cultivated this, which is, it could be around food. It could be around things that you're growing. Okay. It could even be like a business that you're growing. It's also the physical body and it's earth. You know, maybe you're called, and I'm seeing a vision of you Aries may be called to go out and actually physically do some work on the earth. That might be something that arises for you with this. But the answer is going to come from an outside source that you're not expecting. But you must release and detox in that deep psychic surgery. It may be something very subconscious, something that's hidden within your mind that you're not real sure about, but it's going to come to be and you must release it. Therefore, you have. Okay, thank you, Aries. Now we're going to move on over here to Taurus. Taurus is the fixed earth sign. Your sun is going to be opposing this. So look here, let's get it in. There is Scorpio and the south node of the moon in your 7th house of relationships, family, justice, values, okay? Your 1st house is all about your entire essence of your being. It's your complete archetype. This is affecting every aspect of your life because it is in where your sun is at. You're being challenged, okay? So anytime you have an opposition like this, see, it's right across the sky from each other. It's a challenge in relationships. You may be being challenged and pushed by others to release, detoxify, learn, and cultivate something. It may be very much within your family structures, and there has to be something that you must learn to flush out. Something that's really personal, deep within your relationships. You could even be having to go through some kind of a court proceedings or some kind of structured proceedings when dealing with relationships. You know, it could be anything from, you know, a divorce or some kind of a court case, even a traffic ticket kind of stuff, you know. But this is really going to shift you up because you got the positive. See, you have the sun. Oh, Lord, I don't like how that looks. Hold on. You have the sun, so you win. The sun ultimately will take the high ground here. So it's a really positive time. All with you having that north node with the sun moving forward, I see massive transformations, massive changes coming in, and you've already been getting a lot of things worked over anyway, Taurus, because when Uranus entered your sign 3 years ago, it started shaking up your life big time. And it's just going to keep on shaking your life. Thing is about Uranus is it shakes up your life in order to transform, transmute the situation to make things better. This eclipse is asking you to look deep within and really learn that whatever is toxic must go. All right, thank you, Taurus. Now we're moving on to Gemini. Beautiful, mutable air sign Gemini. You just don't know one way from the other. You just go this way or that, right? The beautiful Geminis. Don't ever let anybody tell you about that good twin versus the evil twin. You're a whole ass person. So just remember that. But it's cool because you could go one way or the other, and you're flexible. And we need flexibility. We need that. You know, us fixed signs like me that are like, I'm stuck up in this, you know, we need that mutable energy. Like my best friend's a Pisces. She comes in and she speaks to me and is like, well, we needed to try this, and it makes me move. I'm able to move into the situation. Just felt like I needed to say that to somebody. All right. This beautiful eclipse in Scorpio is happening in your 6th house, okay? The 6th house is all about what you do every single day with your day. The basic mundane things that you do. You get up, you brush your teeth, you use the restroom, you take a shower. You know, you go throughout your day, you plan your day, you do if you're a planner person, you put down stuff in your planner, you know, you make your phone calls. It's all of the functioning things throughout your day. It's also about your health. I really feel like this is shining a light for the Geminis to really take a look at what is not healthy. Okay, this is very much the healing axis. Okay, so you are in the healing axis during this eclipse. This Taurus Sun and North Node is happening in your 12th house. Okay, so with the 12th house in opposition here in your 6th house, this is truly the health and healing axis. okay? And your 12th house is the answer. The 12th house is about the unconscious, okay? It is all about what we do within the realm of spirit. It's how you move about on the inside. Flowing, fluid. It's not here, okay? It's all here. It's all soul. Really diving in deep to realize, what's that voice inside of you been telling you that you must release and detoxify? Maybe even take a detox, like a straight up health detox. Colon cleanse. I'm seeing a colon cleanse. Something like that may be coming for you. And if it does, you need to just take advantage of it, because you have a positive flow with it after this eclipse. Because it's like it activates it in this realm. Gemini, be cautious though. I mean, because when you're talking about, Black Moon Lilith in your sign, you can tend to take things overboard a little bit right now. So, Taurus is very slow and methodical in his processes. He's diligent and continues and moves, but it's not a fast process. And when you're dealing with spirit, soul, your inner beingness, when making a decision on what you're detoxing from your health and your daily work schedules, your daily home and life schedules, what you're doing with your day, hey, maybe sitting around binge watching the Netflix ain't so good for your soul. Just saying, it's out there. All right, then. I appreciate you, Gemini. I hope you have a beautiful eclipse, and you're going to be going spiritual, because that 12th house, that's what it's all about. That's when we leave the body. All right, now we're looking at Cancer. Yes, the beautiful Cancers. How are you, my lovely Cancers, my lovely Cancerians? How you doing? We are talking about cardinal water sign. Beautiful cardinal water, that instigator that takes care of the entire family and herself with loving grace and poise. All right, we are talking about the intuitive. So this Scorpio water eclipse will be having a trine straight over to you. Okay, so that's a harmonious flow. All the water signs will benefit from this eclipse with a harmonious flow of trine. Cancer, this right here is happening in your, let me move that. Hold on a second. Let me make sure you can see. This right here is happening in your 5th house. That is the house of home, family, joy, children. It's where you find your greatest joy inside. What really, really makes you feel loved and appreciated. This is a beautiful, I love that this is happening in your 5th house. And it's happening in your sister sign of Scorpio. This actually is such a beneficial, okay, so let's go ahead and look over here. You're having it in your 11th house, okay? The sun and Taurus is happening in the 11th house. So the 5th house is all about the self though, okay? So that is also where we find our ego. It's the royalties, okay? It's the stars. It's like you may step out and become the star of your existence during this time, okay? Now, the 11th house, the opposite in Taurus is the other, okay? So that's the community. It's your family. It's the people you're working with. It's the world stage, okay? So you're taking the axis of the self, the loving, happy, joyous self that's within you, and looking, what can I detox? What can I release that maybe might even be a little selfish of me so that I can benefit the whole? Right now, you want to look at what you're doing within yourself that might even just be, to you think, oh, well, this is just something I like to do. This is just shit. This is how I do it. This is just what I'm gonna do, y'all. It may not be the best thing though. So you might want to kind of look at that and see, what can you better? What can you truly better? And, you know, too, looking at this, because it's T-squared here by Saturn, okay? And that's being T-squared in the 8th house, which is Scorpionic energy. 8th house is Scorpio. So there may be some kind of unconscious or something coming that is really deep, that's demanding that you move and transmute, dealing with the self of what you actually physically love. Could also have to do with children or your father. Something with your father, I'm hearing, might be coming through. So pay attention there if that comes up for you. Thank you, Cancer. I hope that helped you. And now we're moving on to Leo, the lovely lions. Let's look at Leo. Okay. Let me get a little sip of... I think I squirted out my mouth. Okay. Now we're on to Leo next. Here is Leo. We're doing the sun sign horoscopes for each of the signs, breaking it down by the houses for the Scorpio lunar eclipse. If you're just signing in and you're on YouTube, hit the like button for me, please. Subscribe, share it out. It'd be great. I'd appreciate it. Okay. Now, Leo. Leo, Leo, Leo the lion. This Scorpio lunar eclipse is happening in your 4th house of home, family, the foundations, your ancestors. This is also happening in your 10th house. The 10th house is all about work. So this is, you see the polarity that we've got going on here. Okay, excuse me. You see the polarity that we've got going on. Yes, I hear. You see the polarity that we've got going on right here. We're talking about the 10th house is all about our work. It's what we do out in the world. It's big corporations and global structures, and it's gurus that run, it's the Pope. You know what I'm saying? It's the big deal stuff in the world. But for you personally, this can be like what you run. Are you running your family? Are you running your household? Are you running your work scheduling? Like, are you running a team of people? Are you running a spiritual tribe? Are you the head of the tribe? All of that is being highlighted for you right now and is the answer to the release. Okay, so with this happening in your 4th house, I ain't gonna lie, you might very well, I've had Saturn and Aquarius and all that stuff happening in my 4th house for a while now. You may just find that there's some kind of leak or a pipe bust, or you've got to replace this, or you've got to fix that, or you got mold. All of that stuff, that's deep, that's dark and toxic stuff that could be going on with this eclipse here, okay? Pay attention what's going on behind your walls. I'm really seeing like something behind your walls. Also, okay, now they're showing me there could be like a hidden treasure behind a wall. So, you know, or like in the back of a frame, like you may have someone that passes during this time. This whole year and the next is a big year of people passing on, and they're just transferring their energy into another state. So just realize they're in a transition. You may end up having someone transition, and you need to be looking at how are you dealing with that on a bigger level, on a more like, and I'm not going to put global level, although they're showing me the globe. You want to look at how you're dealing with it, Leo, on the whole umbrella of the energy that you're dealing with. Okay? Yeah, and look, see, this Saturn that is challenging in a T-square, this energy, is in Aquarius in your 7th house of family relationships, loving relationships. So this could be very much something to do with your home and your family that you must release, you must detox, it's gotta be ripped out. I'm seeing walls being ripped out. Something's gotta be ripped out of the Leos. And you'll see it when if you don't already know it, you'll know it, and it's got to go. And then there's going to be benefits that'll help you to grow the family, or will help you to grow in legacy or something like that. It'll come. All right. Thank you, Leos. I hope that's good for you. And then we're going to Virgo, the healer, the beautiful witch and Wiccans of the zodiac. All right. This Scorpio lunar eclipse is right here in your third house of communications, media, how you think, how you process, everything going on with your mind. You may be writing a book of some sort, but there may be some toxic things that are coming up out of other people's mouths. You just never know, because it is in opposition here to your ninth house. And the ninth house is all about truth, deep truth. Okay, so when you're looking at this being in a opposition right here, oh, yeah, something may be coming up to the surface. Yeah, okay. Something is coming up to the surface for the Virgos that is a long needed, deep seated truth. Something that's needed to come up. It's like I'm seeing under the ground, like how the roots do their thing under the ground, and then finally the plant sprouts itself when you put a bulb or whatever. There's something deep and seated you've been nurturing this for some time, and it needs to come to the surface, to light. This may be something that you need to even go and travel, because the ninth house is all about travel. It's all about going to, you may be meeting foreigners or people foreign to you. But the release is happening through some kind of communications. Maybe you're going to get a letter in the mail. You're going to some kind of documents or something like that. That's just not what you had anticipated. Because over here, where'd it go? There it is. In your sixth house of day-to-day living, and you rule the sixth house. That is Virgo energy. So you're going to be very familiar with this whole daily process, this health process. You may end up having to go in and have a procedure, is what I'm hearing. You're getting communication from somebody and you need to have a procedure. Please try to go the holistic way if you can, before you go into the hospital. Always try the holistic health versions first, because that will benefit you the greatest, especially Virgos. All right. Hope this solar eclipse is good to you. Thank you so much, Virgo. And we're moving on to Libra. Oh, the lovely, beautiful Libras. This Scorpio solar eclipse is happening in your second house of what you love and value. It's your cha-ching. It's your money house. What are you doing with your money? How are you making your money? Are you going to lose money? Let's look right here and see. I don't feel like, I'm hearing this straight away. I don't feel like the Libras are happy with how they're making their money. And they know that this is not right for them. But Libras, you are the worst. You just hold on for damn dear life. And it takes forever for you to make that decision to truly jump off the cliff and go. Because this Scorpio lunar eclipse is happening in your second house. And it's happening in your 8th house. Okay? And Saturn over here in your 5th house. 5th house is all about what you truly love in your deepest heart of hearts. Truly what you really want to be doing. Truly what's going to really light you up and make you happy and what the hell you're doing with your life. Libras. You're not really that happy with what's going on right now. I can feel that energy from you. So shift it. And it has to do with your workplace. It has to do with something that you're doing to earn money. It has to do with what you truly value in life. Taurus house energy in the 8th. The 8th house is Scorpionic energy. Okay? It's about the other people's money. How are these other people paying you? And do you really want to do this? Is it making you happy? The 5th house is screaming. Saturn over here in your 5th house is screaming at this eclipse to tell you to move on and do something better that you truly love and stop wishy-washy and back and forth. Up here, no. Right here, yes. You'll be good to go. Thank you, Libra. I hope this eclipse is good for you. That one went kind of crazy. All right. What we got? We got Scorpio. Hello, my beautiful Scorpios. How are you? You know, you got an eclipse. Did you know you have an eclipse that's happening in your sign this coming Sunday, Monday? This is happening at 25 degrees. So look for your degree placements. If it's within a 3 to 5 degree orb, really 3 degree orb is the strongest. 5 is kind of, so anything 25, so anything from 25 to 28, and then anything from 25, 24, 23, 22 degrees. Actually, because you got that south node, I'll take that 22 on down to 20 degrees. You're getting heavily hit by this. And it's all about you and what you're doing with relationships, okay? This is your first house, all about you, everything you do, everything you feel, how you feel, your physical body, your mental body, your spiritual body, your emotional body. All bodies are covered in this eclipse. And it's being challenged by your house of relationships and justice and how you receive relationships. And are you finally going to make a change to do something different with your relationships? Are you finally going to step out and get into more physical in-person relationships? This is what this moon is saying. You may have stuff, I'm feeling with Scorpio, you may have stuff going on in your gut, and you have stuff that you're having to move and process. Allow it. Do a detox, even colon cleanse, all of that stuff is really good. I have a recipe. Okay, this is strange. This is coming to my awareness. I have a recipe for the Scorpios that's actually for a really strong medical flush out if you want it. And I know this is getting a little graphic, but you know, hey, that's all they're showing to me. So if you want to do that. But no, this is in square to Scorpio. I'm sorry, to Saturn from Scorpio and Taurus. There's the T-square right there. That's happening in your 4th house, home, family, ancestors. Really pay attention there. What's going on with your home? What are you doing with your home? Are you pulling people in your home? You putting people out? Are you moving? You might move your home. This could really, I could see Scorpio picking up and leaving and moving and getting a different house in this next 6 months period for sure. So let me know, Scorpio, but just realize this is a blackout for you. Okay, so when the sun is eclipsed by the moon in your own sign, this is also a time when you leave the body. You know, this is a time, and it's been known that people have just died because during the eclipse or a day or two after, because it blocks out your light. So right now, if you're feeling called to rest. If you're I'm going within. This girl, I'm out. I'm going to do my thing spiritually. I'm not dealing with a bunch of people. I'm going to get a massage on Saturday, and then I'm going to do my crystal grid work where I always go out at Bird Island here in South Texas on Sunday prior to the eclipse. But I'm not taking any clients. I'm not doing any extra stuff. You know, I may even just do a device detox where I don't jack with the phone or any kind of social media or anything. But whatever you're called to do, Scorpio, do it to get through the eclipse. So I hope that helps you a lot. Remember, this could be around your home and your family and ancestors. I'm pulling in lots of different ancestors. I've been getting awareness from different types of ancestors. This is psychic surgery on yourself, Scorpio. And there's nobody better to do it than you. All right, then, and we're going to keep moving with this astrology. I sound like I'm one of those guys at the fair that's going to what is it? What did they call those guys? The auctioneers. Okay, you can tell I'm from the South, right? Okay, let's see. What do we got next? Sagittarius. Beautiful, mutable, flexible, fun, fiery Sagittarius. This Scorpio eclipse is happening in your 12th house. 12th house. You want to talk about being knocked out? You may need to sleep for a week. I am not kidding. Okay, a 12th house eclipse. Oh, you know what I just realized? I'm gonna be having 12th house eclipse. Oh, when it moves into Libra, I'll be having my 12th house eclipses. So I know exactly what you're about to be going through. Holy cow. That's deep. This is pulling in on so much of your awareness. This is elevating your spiritual alignment to the max. And it's in opposition over here to your 6th house. Okay. So the 6th house is all about what you're doing daily. It's how you're moving daily. Are you moving daily? You know, Sagittarius, y'all are normally on the go, but I feel like that this right here is going to slow you up a little bit. It's going to have you to help you to look at things a little bit differently, especially when dealing with your health. This is the health axis. Okay. We're talking about the 12th and the 6th house again. All right. So the health axis for you, but I really want you to pay attention here because I just heard media, some kind of message is going to come in that's going to assist you to move forward with this health issue. But you're going to have to detox and release a lot. You know, like, I feel like that there's been a lot of herd around you. You know, like there's you know how you have a herd of goats. I don't know if I'm coming up with that. But like, there's been a lot of people you've been dealing with. And I feel like right now, the best thing you can do is really pull in and really focus on yourself. Maybe even just do some light, gentle stretches. You know, take it a little easy. Get you a salt bath going. Really feel into the vibration of what you're releasing here. Because it's going to have something to do with your health. And you're going to get a communication somehow. And I keep hearing media. I don't know, maybe something will come through social media or the actual media or some kind of message will come through for you. But pay attention to that because in your 6th house, it's all about your health and what you're doing on a daily with your health. Maybe you go do some yoga. Christina Carr's Wellness, she has good yoga. So go check her out if you're in my area. All right. Yeah. Take it easy, Sag. I know that's hard for you guys because you guys are flying all the time, you know, galloping down the road, but you'll best benefit by just kind of pulling within during this time period. All right, let's move on. We have got Capricorn, cardinal earth sign, the instigators, the go-getters, the never quitters. All right, this is happening in your 11th house, Capricorn. The 11th house is who you're dealing with in the world. It's a flock of birds flying by, Capricorn. They always seem to fly kind of in sequence. Think about those birds that all fly in sequence. Guess what, Capricorn? You have to be able to work, even though you may be the head honcho at your job. You know, you need to be able to work with the flock. This is basically what I'm getting. Because the sun over here is in your 5th house. That is joy, family. But I really feel like for you, it's about what you love and the joy that brings from what you're doing with your work style. And maybe you're retired and this is just like your projects that you're doing at home, you know. But I really feel like this has more of a project detox. What projects, whether at work or at home, are you having to detox from within the self? It's something that you always do that you know you should not be doing that will betterment the flock. I keep seeing the flock. The whole crew needs to be in the betterment, and you, by detoxing whatever this is, will excel your projects. It really truly will, because you have Saturn over here in the 6th house, in the 2nd house, challenging in a T-square to this, saying, hold on now, Saturn is your ruler, okay? It's in Aquarius, in your second house of money, how you earn your living, what you have, what you value in your life. Future forward means you must detox within first. And I don't feel like it's like a medical detox for you. I feel like this is more like a mental that's going on here with you, deeper. But there's also something that you always do that you know you should not be doing to better the flock. Thank you so much, Capricorn. I love you. We're moving on. And Aquarius. Yes. The beautiful Aquarius, we have this Scorpio lunar eclipse happening in your 10th house of work, what you do out in the world, and it's opposite your 4th house of your home and family. Over here to little Mr. Saturn. Little Mr. Saturn, that doesn't sound right. Over here to big grandfather Saturn would be better. Over here in Saturn, we have it in your 1st house, okay? So you literally have got some really good energy coming from this. Because you're exalted in your own house with your own ruler. And your ruler is the one that's looking at both of these, saying, okay, I told y'all it's got to be like this, so therefore it is. Basically, you can manifest whatever the hell you want right now. But it has to be within what you're doing out in the world. It has to be like big, grand scale detox. Grand scale of the releasing of... I think that whatever it is that you're doing that you know is toxic, you can easily like snap your fingers and it be gone right now. It may have to do something with your family, your home. Maybe you're going to decide to start working from home. Working from home would be a really good idea if you're not already. Starting your own business, a really good idea after this eclipse because it will be activating it. Write down what it is that you know you must release in order to get there. This is very much an energy for the Aquarius, and it's very much for everyone, an energy of, in order to, I must release this. In order to do this, I must release this. When nothing is done, nothing is won. There you go, Aquarius. I hope that helped you. And finally, last but never least, we are on the magical, mystical water sign, mutable water, Pisces. Pisces, my loves, my beautiful water sign sisters. This eclipse is happening for you in your 9th house. Your 9th house of adventures, long distance travels. Your 9th house where you really go deep into something to figure something out. You may even be moving. You might be moving. It might happen like this. That stuff's going to happen quick for the Sagittarius. I'm sorry, in the Sag house for the Pisces. You might be moving with a Sagittarius. That would be interesting if maybe your partner's a Sag and you're a Pisces and now I'm channeling all this. That's kind of crazy. All right, then we've got Saturn over here in the T-square to Uranus, and I'm for some reason they're wanting me to include Uranus with you because big moves, big shocking changes coming into your 3rd house. So you have Taurus is the 3rd house, and you have Scorpio is the 9th house. Over here you have, where did it go? There it is, Saturn in your 12th house. This may be like a no-brainer for you. Like, it's just something that just happens, and it's like nothing. And it's like poof. Also, watch out for illusions. Someone may be telling you some lies. There's a hidden enemy coming. You're not going to see it coming, but I'm telling you right now, it's coming, Pisces. But it's not that big of a deal. I'm not getting a whole lot out of it. As far as detoxing, I truly feel like that you're going to be like moving somewhere or traveling somewhere or going somewhere. And then you're going to hear about some kind of something. but it's not going to be that big of a thing to you. But your detox is coming from travels, or it's coming from moving. Something like that. I'm seeing like a moving truck. It's happening. All right. They're also wanting me to caution you about your tires. I'm seeing a flat tire, so be careful. Have a look at your tires. Make sure that they're up to date, ready to go. It's Mercury retrograde after all. All right, and done. Done and done. Very cool. Now we are going to move on and close up the night. I hope that everybody enjoyed that. It was the first time I've ever done it that way, so I thought that that might be interesting and we could try it out. Let me go ahead and try to figure out this part again. There I am. Okay. All right. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for coming and joining. We are now going to move on and we're going to pull cards for the collective. We're just going to pull a postcard from Spirit for the collective. And we're going to pull... Oh, Jesus. From the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck, okay? So let's do that. Oh, there you go, girl. She says, Chaley, by the way, welcome. If I miss you while I'm going, I'm sorry. I try to acknowledge all the new folks in the house. Thank you. My Mars is 25 degrees of Scorpio. Your ego is going to be needing a flush. Really release all need to control at this time. Let's see. Here we go. Now, I'm going to do this collective card read. But if you have a question and you'd like me, and I'm doing okay, you know, my back and my neck has been jacked all day. So bad, like really for the last 48 hours. I'm getting dry needling twice this week. And it was just all the energy. It's energy. I'm having to move the energy. But as soon as I start getting in here and getting in the flow, everything starts to move on out and I start to feel better. And I know I'm getting assistance, getting it cleared because I've set the intention and I command and demand in the assistance. I will tell you, it's been a little challenging today though. And I'm certain it's been for many people and I'm sending all the love. And when I'm working on myself energetically, I'm immediately as if I've got, you know, thousands of light signatures going out to everyone that I know and I come in contact with. I'm doing the same thing to me, therefore doing it to the whole because we are all one, right? We're all connected, right? So anyway, let's do this card pull for the collective. If you would, just take a little deep breath for me wherever you are. And I'm going to clear the astrology. This is for the collective consciousness. With gratitude, love, and reverence. Through the highest blue source light, Creator. I invoke the message that is needed for this Scorpio lunar eclipse at 25 degrees. Right there. Oh man, those things are wanting to stick together today. It's kind of strange. I think it's because we have a lot of humidity going and I have high humidity in my house. Oh, well, it gave us two. I'm not going to look at them. I'm just going to do this. This one. Okay. All right, here we go. This is for the collective. Dear you. It might be hard to believe you'll ever get to where you want to go, feel the way you want to feel, and find peace and security, but you can. There's a lot to celebrate in this life, but first you need to let go of this attachment to achieving certain results. It is easy to get caught in the endless loop of wanting this or that so you can feel safe. The only way out is to surrender the attachment. Empty yourself so you can be filled with something new. The compulsion will be lifted and peace will come. Trust that something better waits, that something new will open up, and you will see new opportunities for fulfillment. The truth is, whenever you get into the loop, what you are really looking for is spirit. That connection is where the power, the peace, and the purpose lies. Everything else follows after that. Give yourself a big hug. We've got you. Loving you so, so much. Spirit. So much alignment with this Scorpio eclipse. Releasing the attachment to outcome gives you a freedom. It gives you this like, okay, fuck it. I do not control, nor will I know what's going to happen. So, you know, I've had a situation in my life and people said, well, what you gonna do? I'm like, I don't know. I've just given up and I've given it everything to the Creator, everything to universe. I don't know. I'm not making a battle plan. And in fact, I refuse to. Because I'm not gonna, whatever happens, it's not me in a fear, controlling, it must happen this way state. Nothing will come of that. But truly knowing that I can't attach to this outcome, learning that you can't attach to others' outcome. Trust me, I fall back all the time. I fall back and I'm like, well, what about this or what about this? And the more I just learn to just release. And that's a huge thing tonight. Going into this weekend, that moon is in Scorpio as of Friday, tomorrow. That's really gonna be, it's gonna be an intense weekend for many people. A deep transmuting, transformational time on multiple levels, and you're gonna see it. You'll see it. Okay, felt like I had to add a little to that postcard from Spirit because Spirit was speaking through me. That's for the collective. And let's go ahead. If anybody has a question or card pull, I will pull a couple of cards for you. Remember, as you're going through your processes, that the photonic belt of crystalline light is absorbing into your beingness at all times, even inside the house. The best time to get out and ground is either early in the morning or late in the evening. Get somewhere where you can actually see the sun setting. Drive a little bit if you've got to. Those codes that you'll be getting around this Scorpio, like these next 1, 2, these next sunsets, oh my God. It's going to be amazing, the codes that we're receiving, to be able to release and detox. Now remember, it's not to charge up, it's to release and detox. Has nothing to do with charging up until we get past this. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm glad we have some new beautiful faces. It's always nice to have you here, truly. Everything is coded with love. I do a lot of work prior to coming in and sitting in this chair. This is what I do for a living. So I appreciate you being here. And I offer up these shows for free. I do have a link for donations, and I just started that literally this week. Because I've had people ask if they could send a donation, and I've never done that. I've never been one to do that in over a year now. And I decided, I have to learn about energy exchange and stuff, because I've done this in private practice for a long time, and I just barely started this YouTube channel a little over a year ago. It took me a while to come out. I'm a Scorpio. I like to be in my own little realm, in my own little world. a little bit mysterious, if you know what I'm saying. This is my little space. But I have an Aries moon, so that pushes me, thank goodness. It does push me. I do get there eventually. All right, so yes, Renee has just said it all. Thank you, my beautiful moderator. He says, if you have any questions, put them in all caps. It helps me to see them. Remember, I'm multi-streaming on multiple channels, multiple platforms, and it just helps. Trying to see if there's any questions. Oh, I see you one. Let me double check. Let me look, make sure I didn't miss any way up here, because a lot of people's been speaking their truth on up in here. Y'all are having a good time in the chat while I was all up in there. I see you. Oh my goodness. I love that. It feels so good because I can physically feel your energies, and it's so wonderful to have you here. Hi Colette, I didn't see you there. Maria is decorating. You are very welcome. That's right. Maria says peace and love to all. Beautiful. Yes, Charlie, the energy has been very crazy. You are correct. Hi, Ward. How you doing? Thanks for being here. Thank you. This is my studio. He says, nice room. This is the Sparkle Studios. It's a full-on production room going on with you. And I got multiple other spaces that I'm trying to freaking figure out how I'm going to do it. Okay. Aaron Sanchez, of course, my lovely Padre Island neighbor. That beautiful photography has just grown and grown. I remember when you first started posting all of those. And oh my gosh, they look so beautiful. Love them. Island life is a beautiful thing. You know, when I very first moved to South Texas, I'll just tell you. When I first moved here, 2015, moved from West Texas, the desert, the oil patch, raised by geologists, okay? That's how I was raised. I was so big and happy to be by the water. I was like, oh my God, I got up early and I would go and walk, and I was working in radio too. So I'd be done with my work day by 10 o'clock, 10:30, because I'd get there at like 5-ish. And then I would go and like power walk and stuff. And in the weekends, I still had to get up early because that's what my body was cycled to do. And I'd get up and I would take pictures. I used to do all that. I used to get up and go move up until about really last year, the beginning, around middle to beginning of 2020 kind of stopped, and everything changed within me and my cycles changed. And now I do more work at night. I work at night and then I'm sleeping at sunrise. So I do sunset stuff. But your pictures are lovely. Absolutely, Aaron. I will pull a card for you from Spirit. Actually, no, I've got the astrology cards here. So, and let's go ahead just to make it fun so you can all see and pull up. Oh, no, we don't want to circle. Lord have mercy. How do I do that? Hold on. Where to go? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's this thing. Dun da da. Dun da dun da da. Look at what I did. Bam. All right. Move the board over and straighten it a little bit. There we go. For Aaron, what messages need to be received and transmuted? Right there. You got the 5th house and the 4th house. How interesting is that? Okay, let me put these in the center. So your 5th house is your passions, your playing. It says confident and creativity. It's exactly what I was speaking to. Your beautiful photography, you know, and how you get out and just mold yourself with the planet. This is your home and your roots. So when you're out there, you're in your home. This is where you feel most rooted in your ancestry. I feel like in past life you really had something going on with the lands. I'm seeing like Indian culture, like you really was, like maybe you were even someone who grew the crops or grew the food or something like that. This is really good for you right now. You're going to get a lot of peace and comfort from creating a business with your photography. And you don't even realize, I mean, like, take it up a level. Release and transmute your fear to do so. You know that you're good enough, but sometimes you don't convince yourself. And this moon is just giving you a validation right there. You know, to be emotionally fulfilled, we must release the fear on this. Yeah. I really feel like you should go for it and release the fear is the main message for you, Aaron. I hope that was good. Let's see. Hold on. Look at this. On the bottom side, you've got the water. Most of your pictures are taken around the island of the water, so there's just another validation. Very much turn that into some kind of little money maker, especially when you're dealing with Scorpio and Taurus. That is the money axis. So there you go, Aaron. Anybody else have a question? I'll take a few more of these. I mean, that's really neat that all that just played right into it. Yeah, there you go. Very good. Thank you. Nice. There you go. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, get around the water because the message stays the same. The message, it's the frequency, you know. My analytical mind was thinking somebody here, but it's still, you need to make a trip on over. Being in Arizona, you're not far from the coast, or at least go to a lake or something. Get near the water, take some photos, explore your creativity. That was the message. And release your fears of feeling as though you're not good enough to do so. Okay. You're going on a cruise. Well, there you go. To Alaska. Lucky girl. You're going to get to see the whales. Tell them I said hello. I listen to the whales sometimes at night when I sleep. I can like feel and understand their frequencies. The whales and the dolphins. It's really cool. Okay, are there any other questions? Am I missing any questions? Let me scroll back up. Remember, I'm multi-streaming, so I have all your different questions from Facebook and YouTube and BitChute coming through. I don't see much more from BitChute. I think they fell off. I think I need to put some more platforms on this thing. Let's see here. I can put up to 40-something platforms. It's like, oh my God. You got to be crazy. All right, hold on. Let me see here. I love Scorpio energy up Mars, Saturn. Okay, that's nice, Charlie. Thank you for sharing that. She says, I love Scorpio energy. I have my Mars, Saturn, Pluto in Scorpio, and my chart ruler, Mercury and Aries in my 8th. Yes, girl. You very Scorpionic. I can tell from your picture. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, there's Jerry Lynn. She says, one card, please. Absolutely. Anything for you, doll. Yep. They said they want to give you spirit. They said give her a postcard from Spirit. Let me give these a little good shuffle. And I want to clear the energy for Jerry Lynn. Jerry Lynn, our Aquarius sun sign. Large and in charge of this energy, you are. And if you're not, you're stepping into it. You must have that I'm large and in charge attitude when you're stepping into this. It's about really owning yourself. Right there. Okay, this is for Jerry Lynn. Dear you, no one of those times... What? Okay. Now is, sorry, I don't have my glasses. Now is one of those times you're being asked to add some distance, take a step back, and do nothing but observe. Don't worry about how long it will take to regroup. Just know it's temporary and actually an opportunity to take a breath, slow down, and look at how far you have come. Decisions for the highest good are made when you have clarity, which comes from being open to information from both the intellectual and the intuition. When you step into the role of the observer, it's as if you've turned on a switch that allows your soul to be an essential part of the information gathering and the decision-making process. In this way, you can approach things from a more neutral and non-judgmental place. We know you'll make the right choice. Trust us when we say now is not the time to get too close Trust us when we say now is not the time to get too close to the fray. Step back now. You will be glad you did. And I was just saying you need to own yourself. So own yourself as the observer. Step back now, but you're going to have to be ready to step up. You'll get those messages and they'll come through and you'll have total clarity as to how to step forward. But through this eclipse, at least for like a week or so, kind of chill out. Because that's what that's saying. All right. Thank you, Jerry Lynn. And thank you. I love you. Thank you so much for everything you do for me. You are amazing. I love you. Love you. Love you as my moderator. Thank you. All right. Let's see here. I see your question, Shelly. Okay, I'm going to take this one and maybe one or two more, and then that's going to be it for me for the night. We're at 2 hours, so we're doing pretty good. I tried to make these less than 2 hours, but it never happens. It's just the way it is. Charlie wants to know if she's going to meet someone to share her life with. I can feel your sadness over this. And I think that we need to, this is the thing. You're not meeting that person as soon as you'd like because of how you're holding yourself going towards it. It's like you're extremely picky and that's a good thing. I think that's actually very smart in this time, in any time. But really working on yourself, as you know, they're saying as you know, will help the process. The North Node, destined to have. So it's coming. It's destined. That partner is already there for you. That partner is actually doing the same exact work that you're doing on yourself right now, in preparations for meeting you. There's something I want you to do. The next time you sit and have like a little quiet time, and it doesn't have to be in a meditation form. Maybe you do art, maybe you go walking, maybe you, whatever it is, when you have your quiet time, I want you to just be open, and then I want you to put all that love and that affection and that passion that you would have for that partner in an energy ball right outside of your heart. Really feel the ball there, flooding it with all of your love. Everything you would put into that relationship. Then take that relationship energy ball and toss it out to the universe and forget about it. Knowing it has been received in love and reverence and gratitude, knowing it's going to come back to you. But continuing on to work on your North Node. The North Node is the direction that we're going, the future, where we must cultivate. And this North Node card here is, see, it's the head of the dragon. It's the head of the dragon. It's also all about how we're thinking, changing up, reprogramming yourself, releasing the outdated programming that's within yourself of maybe you may talk, to yourself in maybe not the most positive way. Knowing that it's there, though, is the big one. Let's get another. Yeah, the moon. That's just validation right there. That validation of that Scorpio eclipse moon. Eclipsing out any doubt that might have been in your mind. Working on the future positive. There you go. Harmonious trine. Angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. Y'all, I talk about the trines. That's just super beautiful, harmonious flow coming to this energy. Use that esoteric knowledge that you so have ingrained in you to literally manifest your partnership with love and knowingness. All right, Kelly, I hope that helps you. Thank you so much. I really hope that I really don't even have to hope. I kind of feel very strongly that will all work. Yes, it will. That's awesome. I love it. Okay, I'll take 2 more and then I'm out. 2 more questions. I'm going in order, so let's see. Maria. Yes, Miss Maria. I can also pull a card for you. Yes. Maria Castanillos. I hope I didn't botch it. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. My husband, he's laughing. I always mess up the Spanish, but I try to speak it because it's such a beautiful language. I am Greek and Czechoslovakian, so got pivo. All right, Maria. You belong in a West Side Story. Isn't that how it goes? All right, you got the fixed card. This is about being fixed in what you do. Really persistent, stable. It says loyal and dependable. Okay, this is what you're looking for. This is what you're cultivating. What you might need to release some of your going back and forth on decisions. Like, should I do it this way or should I do it that way? That's got to be detoxed. You got to get more poignant and fixed on what it is that you're bringing in to your life. Mercury, the planet of communications, how we think, how we learn. Yeah, there it goes. Think, learn, network, and communications. Mercury's in retrograde right now. So the rule of thumb with Mercury retrograde, Maria, is you have to relook, revise, and really rest on this. Think on it. When you're going back and forth on a decision, okay, it becomes like there's never an answer. When you're weighing things out and it keeps eating at you day in and day out, and it's happening over and over, and it's just like in the back of your mind, you're like, oh my God. So it's time to make a decision and be loyal and look for that dependability to be your answer. Yang, look at that. Proactive expression, doing, and forward motion. So you have the yin and you have the yang, right? Yang is go. You must act on this. Make that decision, but look for stability. If it's not stable, the decision you're trying to make, if it's not a stable way, then you're going to have to go with the other way. All right, Maria, I hope that helped you. That was an interesting read for sure. But remember, with Mercury being in retrograde, you want to make sure that whatever it is, the decision that you're making, that you're fixating on, is something you've already been thinking about prior to the Mercury retrograde. And it just started going retrograde a few days ago. So I feel like anyway, this is something that's going on for you for a while. Yeah. It's something that's been going on a while. So, all right. Thank you, Maria. Hope that helped. I hope that helped. Okay. You're welcome, Charlie. I'm sorry. I'm just now seeing the thank yous because I get going in the channel and I kind of don't. I zone out. I'm in and out. Okay. You're welcome. That one works. I do that with clients. It works. It does. You can do it with anything like that. But it's really knowing and believing that you are the most powerful spiritual being on the planet, and everything that you are perceiving through your eyes, you are creating. You must do it with knowingness. You must do it with belief to make it work. If there's doubt, don't do it during that time period. If you're in grief, don't do it. People make some of the worst decisions when they're upset or in grief or sadness or pain or whatever they're going through. Honor that grief, sadness, trauma, pain, because a lot of people's got it. Honor it. Be in it. Feel your shit. I often say just feel it. Wail it out. Cry it out. But then once you get past, that's when you make the decision. Once you feel better, once you've done something to raise your frequency a little bit, whether it's going for a walk or doing a puzzle or, creating some art or I always feel better when I come in and I get creative and I start doing my work. I've wanted to do this kind of work all my life, but I was never able to do it on the radio because they were like, oh no, and I was like, why? They just wanted me just to be this radio morning show person, and I did for many years, and it was just like finally I had it because I had to do what I was called to do. You do what you're called to do. You'll always get your best results if you do what you love. Energetically, you'll get all kinds of abundance coming in if you're really truly doing what you love. I was poor. I mean, I was broke. I was living on concrete floors in a little bitty, tiny little efficiency condo in South Padre. But I kept pushing. I kept believing. I kept moving, even through the grief. And even if it meant I just set my ass out in the sun for 5 minutes outside of my front porch, and then going back to the bed and be in grief for a while. You got to go through your emotions, and you have to honor every bit of it and not make any of it wrong, because the dark and the light both must be, period. It is who we are as beings in a flesh suit. It makes up our energy of who we are. But what you're saying and doing, your cells are listening. Remember, you're not alone. Your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, your spiritual body, all those bodies, you can make them each their own little energy ball, and you work with it, and then you can infuse it wherever it's needed, whatever chakra center is needed. Whew, I am on a roll, and I'm not kidding y'all. It is thick in here. Okay. Stacy Martin, is that what I'm on? I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, I apologize. Okay. Absolutely. Stacy Martin. Right there. They want them both. Okay. You've got cardinal, which is like we have the mutable, fixed, and cardinal signs. Okay. This is an instigation. You're an instigator. Bravery. Pioneering spirit. So like Aries is cardinal energy. You might be an Aries or have Aries sun, moon, or rising, I'm hearing. Or Aries is prominent in your chart. The house of 3. Okay, so the 3rd house is the house of Gemini. It's early learning. It's our childhood. It's short distance travels. It's all of your surroundings, like your local area. It's, what does it say? The rational mind and communications. Lots of communications going on with you. I feel like you're going to have to like literally stand up for yourself somehow, some way here. Oh, geez. Those just went crazy. But yeah, we're going to go with that top one that fell. Uranus. Okay. So something shocking. Okay. Uranus is like radical. It says radically change. Radical, dynamic, huge change coming in. Unexpected. It could be good or it could be bad, but I feel like with this change that you are flushing, we're doing a flush. We're doing a soul flush with this Scorpio lunar eclipse. It's going to take you instigating, and literally all I'm getting truly is you stepping up and speaking for yourself. You must step up and speak for yourself. If you do so, you're going to have all kinds of angelic support, your guides, the cosmic soul family, all around you to assist you with this. They are pushing hard on me. They're pushing hard on me to tell you this. You must stand up for yourself. You must speak up for yourself. You must be the pioneer of your situation. This is all you. It's all you. Yeah. You got to know that you're supported, though. Like, you've got to know this. Feel it. If you don't feel it, sit outside in nature and then listen. I'm seeing butterflies. Wait until you see a butterfly, you'll know. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yes, okay, I missed Rhonda's question. This will be the last question of the night. And yes, I will share the names of the decks. Even though the names of the decks were shared at the beginning, I'll share it one more time if y'all want to do a screenshot. This one just has the case. Let's see here. Okay, there you go. That gives me a break. So go right ahead. Take your screenshot. Jerry Lynn, don't put any more pictures of me on there while I'm vaping. I look funny. It is what it is, though, right? And there is postcards from Spirit. And that's what we're going to end tonight's reads with, is another postcard from Spirit. You got that? Everybody got it? I hear you, Jerry Lynn. Tee-hee-hee. Sneaky little shit. Okay. I love them all, though. I'm not complaining. But sometimes I'm looking, I'm like, what's she thinking? I'm like, whatever. It is what it is. I release my need to control. That's a big one for Scorpio. We release and it's like I wrote today, and I didn't write that. I spoke it, and then I had to go back and like rearrange the paragraph. But so I was Julie Severn spoke with me today, and I've been having a lot of sessions with Rev Shar, and I've done a lot of work I had some serious decisions come through. And I've still not made a decision, but I'm feeling better. But today I felt like literally I was electric all over, and it's been happening, and it really threw me out physically. I was like, I don't know if I can, because I'm taking on so much. I can feel it coming through my body. And I also think that I'm taking on, like, it's not supposed to be coming through your body. You're supposed to just take it through your field, and it's supposed to go, you know, just like this, like the Taurus field. You know, the Taurus field goes like this. That's how you have to move the energies. And that's how I am with clients. I'm always on it if I'm with a client or if I'm working with somebody. I don't ever take on their energy, but I sit in the space with them. And I assist them through it, and whatever guides, you know, ancestors, past life people, future life people, cosmic, whatever comes through, comes through. And today I felt like I was like my skin was crawling all over my bones. I mean, I felt it hardcore the last 24 hours. 48 really, but 24 has been serious. And it's just us elevating to the 5D. Our bodies are physically changing in order to stay within the 5D temple of the earth. That's real. But sometimes it's like when you're going through a state that has mountains, and you know, you have to go up the winding mountain road, and then you come down, you know, and then you end up in this beautiful valley where there's this like beautiful lake, and it's got this wonderful little cottages, houses, and all this like little mountain valley town. I'm seeing like Red River, New Mexico, right on the border of Colorado and Denver. And that's what your life is going to be like when you're taking on all of this light. Sometimes it's just going to be like, whoa, I'm wired up, I can't move, everything's, I mean, like, I've had some of the most amazing highs of highs, but then I feel it spiraling down. And then I'm in this valley of emotion, flooded by the cold waters and the depths of my soul and my beingness. And all other aspects of soul come through. And it's a lot to take on. And then I just continue, and I reach out, or I write, actually speak it into the phone, and I'll write a post. And that seems to help my process. That's just me personally. I'm sharing this because I'm being told that I teach through some of my personal experience. I'm pretty open book, and if I can help somebody from what I've been through, that helps me too. So this will be the last card for Rhonda. Okay. Let's do this one more time. I don't know if I put that up there yet. Sorry, I get going. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Rhonda had a question if you have time. Also, can you share the cards? Yes, I did that. Okay, so here's for Rhonda. Beautiful, Rhonda Lynn. Beautiful, beautiful. Here's a spirit card for Rhonda Lynn. And I'm being told this is going to be a message for all that are in the live chat at this time. We do love all of you beautiful time travelers on the replay and YouTube too. Okay, right there. I get tones in my ears, which helps me to stop. Okay, this is it for the night. For Twilight Moon chats, this is what we'll be closing with. Dearest you, pump up the music. Bang the drums. Get on up and start that hustle towards your goals and your dreams. There are times to be still, but this is not one of them. Now is the time to make that first move. Say yes to life. Pick up the phone, make that decision, and take that one step toward the gods, or us in parentheses. Expect a cascade of changes, good news, and opportunities to show up as if by magic. It's not magic, it's your energy, your life force, your force field. Well, we know it's really spirit and all of us moving things around for your benefit. The point is that we are saying go for it. Take positive action towards your dreams, even if the outcomes isn't an exact fit to your agenda. It will all be orchestrated by spirit and arrive in the divine appropriate timing. Don't you just love how it all works? We love you so much, Spirit. Okay, hold on, and I'll zoom in. You can take a picture of this one. A little bit there. There you go. It's a really good card to end with, Rhonda. I love it. Love it, love it. Oh my goodness. Thank you all so much. This has been so much fun. I've enjoyed this time together immensely. Thank you for all being here. Blessings as you navigate these energies. Lakesh, I am another yourself. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. There we go. And Jerry Lynn says, love and release to all. Happy eclipse and newness. Take care, tribe. And then Mary Lassiter. Oh, I love your message too. Thank you. Maybe you get me next time. Love and light blessings. Yes, I'm sorry. We are now at almost 2.5 hours, and just please come back the next time and be ready on Tuesday night. Always the same time frame. We always start at 7 Central. That's 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, midnight Universal Time, and the next day in Australia. So come on back, join us. Everything is light coded. Everything is beautiful and real and authentic, and I recognize that in you. I love you all. Walk in the light and spread the sparkle. Happy full supermoon eclipse in Scorpio.